Hello.
Morning, Nancy Jean.
Good morning, Scott. Aren't we all bright and shiny? And it's a front, guys. I really still am crap feeling inside, but I don't feel like I'm dying, so we can be here.
That's a bonus. Yeah, rough few weeks for you, huh?
Mhm.
Trying to get over a bug, and I had a weekend bug, and then an internet bug. So
Yes. We're finished with the bugs. We're going on to the things that work.
hopefully the internet doesn't kick out on me.
Well, y'all can come over to my channel. Mine works all the time. Tech support. We can't ever go down.
So yeah, I got some. I heard some sad news when I was delivering product Friday that um, certain areas in Milwaukee are struggling.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of robberies.
Hmm.
There sales are down in certain grocery stores. So it's like the economy is working for a lot of people, but for the poor,
Mm-mm.
it's not.
Yeah.
So the one butcher was telling me a CVS shut down because it got tired of getting robbed all the time,
Hmm.
and sales are down in the grocery stores. People are buying cheaper stuff,
Hmm.
so it's kind of frustrating some places. Overall, the economy is very good for most people, but
Well, they've taken away all the food. Of course, I live in the state that if you have children, they should just starve, but you have to have them. You have no way of getting out of having them. But when you have them, they just let them starve. Um, yeah, there's a lot of the basic supports that were built in during COVID that just help those families. Raised us to the highest, to the lowest level of child poverty ever. And the first thing the Republicans can do when they get their fuzzy little hands on the budget is to cut all that stuff out. And the other things
mm-hmm.
I were talking about is you're going to start to see a lot more of it. But one of the effects of having a year off from school was apparently some kids and some families think that's permanent. And there's a large amount of absenteeism that's going on in the U.S. and it's hitting the uh, late grade school, early middle school kids, and we're gonna have a real problem. We're gonna have a whole generation that can't read, write, or figure things out or do anything, and that's and we need, as you can tell by the employment in this country at the level it's at, we're going to need every functioning person that can work to work, and so there's a newsletter you can get. It's emailed to you. It's called Alexander the Grade, Grade, and they publish stories all across the country. And today, this week, all of the articles they pulled out were about this absenteeism and what cost it's going to be to us. So,
Yeah, everything's evolving here with shopping at home,
mm-hmm,
easy return policies.
mm-hmm,
I mean, not that it's a bad thing, it's convenient for all of us, but the small business owner, shops, little clothing stores, all that. There was the last Radio Shack in the area closed up.
yep,
It's, but yeah, it's the same with Wisconsin. A Republican, our governor wants to give free um, free,
subsidized meals during the
free
summer.
school lunches and child credit help, but nope. Republicans want rich tax cuts.
Mm-hmm.
Makes a lot of sense, right?
Yeah, so Zuckerberg can be worth more billions than he already is.
What was that? Those a lot of those Republicans turned away federal government aid.
Yeah.
You know, Sarah Huckabee Sanders doing a great job.
Well, she'll get them employed in the meat packing plants so they lose their hands and their fingers before they have a chance to grow up and become a functioning worker.
They're crazy. Yeah, China is really struggling bad.
Yeah, it really is.
They're Well, it wasn't really a Radio Shack. It was kind of rebranded, but it still had the Radio Shack type products,
Mm-hmm.
and they were a cellular store, but
Mm-hmm.
it was the cell store was only doing the business. Everything else they weren't getting. But I can't remember the name, but there's a huge uh, retail mortgage industry company
Right. Uh-huh.
in bankruptcy. It was like 500 billion or whatever, and they're because the housing industry is going kaput.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like they do around here too. They build up a huge subdivision and build all these houses and pray people are going to buy them. Well,
Mm-hmm.
no one's buying all these expensive apartments and condos, and so they don't know what to do with their housing industry. They got a bust going on over there, so it's not good all over.
Well, there are places where things are changing. In Virginia, where if you remember, and they have their big election in an off year, so it was last fall. Um, they had, I know that Sean, the person we talked with who did a lot of door to door in Virginia, he said the main thing people were interested in was raising the minimum wage. And it really was. And they just did it this last week. The legislature passed a law that raised the minimum wage all over the whole state, which is a move in the right direction. Um, and we'll have to see if it starts to level out. If people get the impression that if they vote, it makes a difference. It's the problem of anybody who sits out there and says, "Oh, it won't matter what I vote; they're not going to do what we want to do." And
So those screenshots I sent you yesterday,
mm-hmm.
things are looking good for the Democrats again.
Yes.
The polls had Biden at 69%,
Mm-hmm.
and he gets 96% of the vote
Right.
in the primary. Ignore the polls. Democrats are winning.
Yeah, and ignore third-party candidates. They can't do anything. They can raise an issue and say we need to look at this, but then you need to look at one of the two parties that has the potential to do anything. And since Republicans don't do anything, that only gives you one place to go.
Wonderful, Karen. Volunteered. I seen that.
I don't know where you live, Karen, but you may have worked for Sean's group if you were out doing voter outreach, because that's what they were doing.
Awesome.
And we've got really strong candidates here in Texas. Speaking of which, that was Sean on my phone. But I told him I'll call him back. Jasmine Crockett, who you probably have seen if you've watched any of MSNBC News, she's brilliant. And she's from her house district is just south of where I live. And she's really good. She's becoming quite a leader in the House of Representatives.
More work to do, but it's been an excellent cycle for quite a while.
Yeah, and you do need to voice your opinion. Even I send stuff to the Texas delegation, which is all Republicans for the most part, all the time. But what's most effective, and I don't know who arranged it, and I don't know how they did it, and I wish they'd come back. But one of the reasons we got ACA was there was a group that was created that tracked the phone calls that went into Congress about ACA. Because what the congressman would say, well, I never hear anything from my district about this. Well, what would happen is you'd sign up with this group. They'd say, okay, this is the topic we're calling on today. Everybody would call the congressman or the senator's office about it. And then when they tried to come out in press conferences and say, well, we never hear from our people about that, they were there and they said, oh, no, we have a list of all the people who called you. And that's one of the reasons that ACA went through, guys, believe it or not. They couldn't turn their back and say, oh, that's not really happening.
Excellent, Earth Mama.
Yep.
Something I would definitely do once I or if I ever retire. A self-employed farmer doesn't have much in the pot for retiring.
Mm-mm. Or much time to be able to give up like whole days.
Not right now.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, one disadvantage for working for yourself for all those years, you kind of need the money to survive on the operation, and then you kind of forget about the years down the road when you might need a
Right.
retirement fund.
Mm-hmm.
Either pay the electric bill or put money towards pay the vet bill or whatever it is.
That's right.
All right, what do we want to read on today? We got some
Alright.
more good stuff to talk about.
Okay. I actually wrote up a list, but this is the other problem with my flu is my brain leaves my head at the same time as the flu's there.
45 is connection election. Oh, okay.
That would be the Supreme Court ruling that we don't have yet.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate. 2 weeks ago, we felt everything was tight, but gonna move,
Mm-hmm.
fine. But now it looks like things changed with the appeals and stuff with 45. Delay.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no delay in Manhattan.
Nope.
No problems there. So
And I saw an article about how Fonnie Willis walked out and said they're not going to stop me this way. It's just garbage. How? What did
oh,
they?
that's
I
crazy.
didn't. She. You got to know she'd know the prosecutor. Why would she hire some guy off the street you didn't know? And the fact that they were close friends. Trust me, in the world of politics, that happens all the time. You run up against someone you know better than you wanted to. Maybe. I mean, they're humans, and um, it's because she's the one that's the best for just stopping him completely, unless he wants to rule from a jail cell. I don't think he will. I can't believe anyone could watch some of the little snippets of speeches I've seen recently and not realize there's a human there that's in complete decline.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to do that.
Which one?
The one that's on the screen at 45 is conviction before the
Sure.
election.
If 45 is conviction before the election, that's up to RNC and the people that want to vote him in. There's nothing to stop him from running for president from prison.
No.
Or house arrest. You remember what year that was? There was a guy that ran from prison. He got like 200,000 votes.
He was in the 20s. He was a racist. He was in that uprising of the racism in the 1920s.
But yeah, we got to wait on this SCOTUS, and there's a question about the immunity thing. It's strange how I felt like it's going to go bang bang and something changed. Okay. Conviction, election, remain.
Yeah, he can. He can stay running as candidate, but it's just because people aren't looking at what's really going on. High priestess, and it's because he stole and cheated to get there. It's going to seriously stop. He can still be a candidate. I don't think he can get elected because they don't have any rules to take him out of there. But it's the end of him either way, and they're just going to have to tighten up the rules to let him run ripshod over the whole system.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate, but he's going to have loss after loss after loss here.
He really lost New Hampshire. If you do this prior to going into that race, they had him ahead by 22, against Nikki Haley when it was a one-on-one race, and he only beat her by 11. Now, you take any other race where they'd looked at those numbers, it wouldn't have come.
Yeah, he doesn't. He does not have the support you think he does.
No.
The way he talks and whatnot, and New Hampshire and Iowa prove it. He doesn't have it. It doesn't. Oh Lord, questions. He's gonna have disaster. He's gonna be convicted.
Yeah.
And people would still vote for him. The Chariot, 10 of Swords, and this is my voting card. The 7 of Pentacles thing is fucking out votes. But there's going to be some conflicts, and there's going to be a Tower moment here, and even maybe even more indictments coming with the Page of Swords. There's going to be a failure here with him coming up. 5 of Wands can be lack of energy. There's arguments. There's obstruction. Coming in with the election, I got King of Cups. I got Biden winning with strength. So yeah, he can be there. It's just the way it is. Depends what the RNC does.
Well, they're broke.
They are broke. They are very broke, along with a ton of other Republican states.
How's Wisconsin holding up? I know Michigan's.
I never did read or hear about that. They're still arguing with Governor Evers about silly stuff, and they don't want to change the maps. Just like other places, you know, they got ordered to change the maps, and I guess they submitted another map, and they're like, no, it's coming down to the point where the Supreme Court's going to have to draw the maps because the RNC Republicans won't do it properly. They're trying to sneak in to try to change the state maps too, because they're just as gerrymandered. The numbers we see, the RNC is broken, along with others. Hey, yes. Cold toes.
Then we have my state that's gone to war with the U.S. government, and it's sending its cops to fight the feds. And by the way, all y'all who talk about how stupid Texas is, take your little farmers and truck drivers and whoever else is sitting down there at Eagle Pass and tell them to come home and take care of business in your own house before they start coming down here and trashing us. Although they talked to some people yesterday that were down there on the border, and I guess people are tired of looking like stupid rednecks. There's a woman who says something has to be done, and she said, I am embarrassed that Republicans are doing so little. So I thought that was just an incredible flash in the pan. But really, we need, if you want to do anything for Texas, send money to anyone who's running against Greg Abbott, because he and Paxton and those guys are the problem here. And huge. And all y'all who have those governors who've decided to wander into Texas because they can say anything they want here and they might get in trouble in your home state, please take them home and spank them, because we don't need them. We've got enough idiots of our own.
What was that report? I was reading that Texas spent like, what, $120 million shuttling migrants around the country?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and the feds took them out of Eagle Pass when they saw this little, they talk about convoys. There's no convoy. The convoy they keep showing you is one from like 4 years ago. So that convoy doesn't really exist south of the border. The only convoy we have to worry about is the one that comes out of the contiguous 48 to bother us. I mean, we have enough of our own homegrown problems. Please keep your own village idiots at home. We have enough of our own.
I just tossed a few cards in the RNC and it just says that Rona McDaniel is doing a horrible job.
Mm-hmm.
He wastes the money. He's getting investigated, and there's going to be no victory for the RNC here. They have a tower coming too. Yeah, a lot can be blamed on Rona. I think she fleeced some money or something. Just like Wayne LaPierre. Yeah, it's not good for them. Good for us.
It's not
for the country.
What I see about the RNC is they don't have, what I was looking at was the NRA and the Russian money. And the Russian money's been locked off to some extent because they've closed down the way they were sneaking it in through those Bitcoin things. And they got to hold on to their own money to take care of their own problems. And the NRA is broke. I mean, and it's the headquarters. I literally almost could walk to it. It's in a place called Irving, Texas, which is every bit as charming as you think. And their headquarters are over there, but they really don't. People have finally seen through them.
$45 won't get new council.
No.
Oh, speaking of Georgia, I read a report where one of the reporters down there that multiple prosecutors declined prosecuting that case. He was like the guy she's dating now and prosecuting. He was the third choice. The other high profile ones said, no, I'm not touching that.
Yeah, just don't. My oldest brother is a lawyer, or was a lawyer. He's retired now. And all I can tell you is that growing up with him, he was the only one of us that could read at a certain point, read well enough to read the instructions in the Hoyle's Rules of Order on how to play cards. And he used to tell us what the rules were, and we trusted him because he was our big brother. And we found out as we learned how to read that David was cheating all the time. And that's my dad, when I was telling him that story once, he said, well, that's when we knew he'd be a lawyer. So.
Lawyers. All of them quit on him. Paula Torrey, whatever, quit on him.
Tacopino.
Yeah. Others had to get counsel themselves. I think he's stuck with a female. I don't see any others because I see females. All my cards are female cards. He's delusional. He's gonna have to keep paying. He's broke, by the way. The funding ain't coming in. I guess he's got like $10-20 million left or something in his one pack or whatever.
Would you send money on to that Titanic to make sure you're going to get to the next shore? Really?
I wouldn't. Some people do. Read on the Super Bowl, Taylor time. Oh, good Lord. Right wing. Yeah, it's like no one wants to work with him. He's a fool because I got like the Queen of Cups, Knight of Cups, but in the middle is that Five of Swords battle and that conflict and abuse, and he doesn't listen to anyone. So it's like, here's Haba, here's others, but there's so much conflict. I don't want nothing to do with you. Illusion's illusion. People are walking away from 45. King of Coins, 45, walking away. New pass. It's like, I'm not dealing with this crap. This guy, and so it looks like he's stuck with
What he's got. I
What do
got
you
basically the same thing. I got the devil, and this is this card's the Three of Pentacles, and that's collaborative avenue, and they're incapable of doing that. That's a no. And then right now, his current condition is he's anxiously stressed out way, which is probably more self enlightenment than I would have expected him to have. But I guess it must break through sometimes. Then in the future, he's got the Knight of Pentacles reversed. So he has no power, no prosperity, no place to find new things to happen. And he can't make connections. He can't make the soulmates connection place. He just can't make it. So he's not going to have shiny new lawyers show up with brilliant ideas. And actually, I listened, was Midas Touch did a thing on Haba in the courtroom when he wasn't in there. And it was him that was making her say, and I mean, he just tell her, object to this, and people are going to hear him say it. And, but what if there's nothing to object to?
Yeah, he did it to himself, and that's what's the crazy part. He cries and whines, and imagine if he had to do his own, pay for his own lawyers.
What about? Do we want to ask about the appeals court? Is that the immunity decision? Is it going to come out this week?
Where is it?
Steve Meyer. It's
okay. The 3-judge appeal on immunity. We've been waiting for it for weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a one judge holdup on something. It feels like they don't agree on one thing.
Yeah. And I think they have to, or it's going to go up to the Supreme Court no matter what. So I'm going to ask, what's the deal on immunity ruling this week?
What's the wait? When are they going to finish this? Feels like Thursday or Friday this week to me.
I think they're going to finally go ahead with it, although they haven't completely resolved what they want to do. The end card is the Ace of Pentacles, which is they want to have a complete thing. They want it to shine no matter what. But they're having controversy. They got the Five of Swords locking heads with each other. And in the middle is illusions and delusions, the Seven of Cups.
Mm.
So there's something that is illusory to all of them. But they are going to come up. I think they're going to give us a decision this week because the Five of Cups is reversed. I think they're not going to sit around and moan about what they don't have and try to work with what they do. And it is going to be the Ace of Swords, so it's not going to be the justice we think it should be.
I think the Ace of Swords would be a justice one.
Yeah, but it's upside down.
Oh, you're upside down. Okay.
I read reverses. It means that doesn't mean it's not there. It just means it's not going to be as clear cut as we thought it would be.
Gotcha. At the moon, the sun, and the hermit coming.
Mm-hmm.
That's the start.
Mm-hmm.
So, secret dark energy, along with miracles, and then trying to think about how to do it right.
Okay.
So I guess that would be conflicts.
Right.
You're right. They're trying to think about how to enlighten this. It's obvious with the sun, but there's some dark thoughts there in the background. Page of Cups, all three are trying to link together to create the document.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have the Knight of Swords. So there is conflict there. There's some trying to do it right, little give and take there. Trying to do the honorable right thing. And then I have some very bad lost cards. my two worst lost cards. So I have the empathetic leader,
Mm-hmm.
way he should have been.
Mm-hmm.
I have my heartbreak, bad karma.
Mm-hmm.
Both my broken cards, broken down and all crap, which is a strange combo.
Mm-hmm. We have a new moon on Wednesday.
Maybe someone got sick. I wonder if one of the judges was kind of
They
sick.
could be because everybody else is sick. Every place else I talk to, people are sick.
Because I asked the guides, what these cards mean, and I don't think it has anything. The ruling, I think one of the male judges may actually be ill.
No,
What?
they're all female.
They're all female?
They're all three are female, yes.
Why do I have a male coming in?
Maybe their husband was sick or something happened around them. But they're women.
I don't think this has anything to do with the judgment, though.
Okay.
So the guys are telling me it's just there's a delay, but also some kind of conflict about the finished product.
I asked if it's going to happen by the new moon, and I pulled one oracle card. It's all perfect timing, and the description of this is great. This is it. It's time to take action now. I will be here to help you every step of the way. But that's what the conclusion is going to be. So I think they just wanted it to be that as sure as they could be.
Well, they didn't look at it too close. I heard mostly about the one lady, the head judge, but I didn't know they're all female.
Yeah, they're all female. Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
2 were appointed by Democrats, which shouldn't be of any interest, and the other one was appointed a long time ago by Bush, the older one.
Okay. Okay. Immunity. I think it feels like delays are over, though.
I think it's going to be this week. I think it's going to be, if not the new moon, right before the new moon.
Okay, let's change topics. Taylor Swift.
Okay.
I seen a report that the Japanese president said Taylor will have no problem getting back.
He said what?
The Japanese president commented because Taylor Swift's going to be in Japan for a concert.
Oh, okay.
Because everyone in the universe is worried about Taylor Swift making it back for the Super Bowl.
I'm not, but I guess maybe one in the whole world. I think she's a great person. I think she's a great artist. And I understand the devotion to her because I was a Beatlemaniac when I was 14. But that's when I was 14, and I'm 74 now. So got 60 years to straighten that one out.
Right, Clarence? Poor MAGA losing their mind over a superstar.
Well, look at the crap they've lost their mind over. Listen, I mean, this is no stranger than any of their QAnon theories, theories that they were spouting. You remember, y'all probably don't remember this because you don't live here, but the QAnons all hit in Dallas waiting for JFK Jr. to rise up from the dead and become Trump's vice president or whatever in the hell that story was. And when they were running news stories about that, I heard about a family somewhere in the Midwest who saw their grandmother who disappeared, along with all her retirement funds. And they saw her in the crowd at QAnon. And the Dallas police, that was not the only one they were looking for. People that had gone missing, they just want to make sure they're okay. And they were all swept up into QAnon. So Taylor Swift is no stranger. Let's see. So what are we asking? Will she get it to the Super Bowl in time?
I guess that's what Karen's wondering. I don't know how people make money off this stuff, but they're just making money off the why people would donate for someone outraged about Taylor Swift. I don't know. I seen this one fool, Nick Adams, whatever. He has parentheses, alpha male, whatever that's supposed to mean.
Means no one I would ever date.
He was saying his little Twitter thing yesterday or whatever was, do you see it now? Travis Kelce gets $70,000 for participating in the Super Bowl. That's the reason why Taylor Swift is with her. I'm like, what?
She's a billionaire. What does she care?
The guy is a moron. They think that's going to give clicks and money. For real. Because I had the devil coming in first. They're drifting off the outrage, the kind of normal stuff.
She's gonna have problems making it back in time. I gotta know.
So as far as her making it, I got strength, King of Pentacles, and Two of Wands. So there's some cooperation in trying to get there. High Priestess, Page of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Six of Swords. It seems like all cooperation is going to work to get her there. Page of Pentacles, Page of Wands. It's like everyone wants her at that game. Six of Swords is smooth sailing. I don't know.
I got totally the opposite. So one of us is right.
I don't know. I got the devil in there too. That's the first thing comes on. This they're grifting off. Three of Pentacles, the devil, and Temperance. They're just grifting off the outrage. But nothing. I don't know. It's kind of a complicated question because there's two in there, and I just read on Taylor Swift and travel. When you have double questions, it does get
that's two contradictory things. If she makes it, that's one thing, and will MAGA lose their mind? Well, that would imply that they have a mind. So it's not a great place for us to base a question.
But MAGA's got Kid Rock, so.
Yeah, and they said some other guy's name. I know John Voight, but
John Voight and Ted Nugent.
Oh, that's the other idiot, yeah.
Ricky Schroeder and the Dukes of Hazzard dude, and
Well,
and all
they should have a right to their opinion. I think they should have their opinion. I think that they should shout it loud and proud because it shows how limited they are. But from my estimation, I don't want them to not be able to have their opinion. I think it's strange.
Yeah, opinion is fine, but when it's weird and not truthful, and they can't see the enlightened way of the anger and outrage, it's frustrating.
Yes. But what good in this life did you ever get that you didn't have a little bit of darkness to show you how light you were? So.
Does 45 have to register as a sex offender? No.
Why not?
It's civil. This isn't criminal.
Oh, okay. You're right.
It's not a criminal case of where showing proof. It's monetary. So I don't, even though he should be. Okay.
Will we ever get justice?
Ever get justice from the courts on 45, huh?
Okay.
Which cards want me?
I'm going to use my ones that look like the Monopoly deck.
That's why I put the thumbnail up. It's all on New York. Eugene Farrell's in New York. One. Manhattan's on track to go next. And Judge Engeron any day
Mm-hmm.
this week probably too is gonna bring down the hammer with 500 million plus. It looks like Lady New York, Statue of Liberty,
Mm-hmm.
taking Trump down.
Yes. Oh, he's not going to like this week much.
Justice from the courts.
I say when the prosecutors all get together and line their stuff up, they have the high priestess is going to come together in ways we didn't know. But then he got the go straight to jail card.
Oh, nice.
And for us, it's going to make us feel less stressed out. And we're going to help us develop some new enthusiasm and trust in the system.
So I didn't get any delays, which is strange, but the whole system with him is very stressful.
Mm-hmm.
I just looked at the bottom and then the 10 of Wands. So we're all talking about stress on the system.
It's very expensive.
It's in his DNA or in his contract to be locked up.
Oh, good.
To have all these issues at the end of his life. And so the 8 of Coins, 8 of Swords, and the ancestry, the DNA, everything about him with that 9, 10 of Coins.
Mm-hmm.
It's in his contract to be restricted here at the end of the life. So I had the Moon, my angelic love card, and Queen of Cups, the mother and the healing.
Mm-hmm.
Here it feels like moon cycles, all the astrological kind of feelings.
Right.
They'll come in the right time, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like prophetic. This is how it's supposed to, turn out. Even though we would love to have bang bang, everything goes smoothly, but the delay, the obstruction, but eventually, yes, the cart will have it. All the path is always shifting with filings and delays, and when you're relying on so many different courts and different people, it's so much easier to read on one person what they're going to do. So we're relying on multiple jurisdictions and other people and everything going in the system. It leads to delays and different paths with that Page of Coins. 45 is losing his mind.
Mm-hmm.
So I got my Hermit card, which is also my Hermit. I combined 3, right? The Fool, the Fool, Hermit, and Hangman. That's all in this card. I combined those.
Mm-hmm.
He's losing his absolute mind, and he's gonna fail.
Well.
Oh, there you go. Good one, Christine. Most benevolent outcome for him to fulfill his life path and learn all lessons. Blessed be.
Yes.
But all he is, he's just failing.
But you think of the assets that are being poured in there to try and connect him.
MAGA. Okay. MAGA is not the USA. It just seems like it because there's so much outrage.
Yeah, but it's getting to be less and less because their numbers are falling. I like Ian McGrath's comment.
What did Ian have to say?
Ian will not win. He doesn't have a leg to stand on.
That's been a while ago. I missed it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The J6 prosecutors met with Eileen Cannon behind closed doors the other day.
Ex parte without the other side there.
Yeah. What do you? Will's wondering what to think the meeting may have been about.
I assume the documents case.
Yeah. Uh,
I'm going to ask if Jack achieved what he wanted from Cannon.
yeah. It just feels procedural because it's classified information that 45 minutes lawyers have nothing to. They cannot see.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would be pretty confidential for the other side not to be there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Jack went down there. I heard he wasn't involved. It was his other lawyers in that meeting. That's right, Cece. Do not listen to the polls. Do not listen to the outrage. Oh yeah, I got all good cards. Are you kidding me? This is whatever we read on first. This is almost the same cards completely. I think I have maybe 2 cards different.
Really?
That is unreal. what did we read on first? I forgot. Because I have the Chariot, King of Wands, Knight of Cups.
Mm-hmm.
Taking charge, being a leader. There's posting the influence that you're supposed to. But I have a victory. There was things shown to Eileen Cannon that it's like, whoa. I don't know how I can obstruct this anymore. But I got a victory in a then I had my hermit loss, being illuminated, and then my strength card. So whatever we're shown is definitely of strength. It just feels like that she cannot obstruct what she's been doing much longer.
Yeah, he's putting an end to this crap. He wants the 5 of Swords to stop that sneaky fighting. He was relying on the law. He was giving her the message, letting her know what's going on. And I got it. They may have told her, you're going to be out of here. We're going to have grounds. And it's, will she accept the cup they gave her to be able to stay, or is she going to not take it and have to go? She keeps standing strong for the Federalist Society.
Yeah, crazy. FBI missed us. Changed the lock closet and like
well, there was one closet that was behind a chest of drawers that had a giant TV on it, and you couldn't see the door. And then there was a locked closet that they didn't get opened.
There you go, Ian. Yeah, I think it's shown quite the light to Judge Cannon, and it's like you kind of get the feeling it's something to do with like these documents cost people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you're obstructing for a job because he gave you your job, kind of thing. Okay, that's pretty obvious. It sure feels like more documents, especially in that locked closet. You know, you don't have the locks changed for no reason.
Nope. Not as loose as the security was in Mar-a-Lago.
I mean, all the reporting, you can see it. He had Walt Nada move different documents. Oh, give them these documents, but I want, that's just common sense. Those are documents he wanted to keep.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I don't really see much in that bedroom closet behind the TV. This feels like an accents point. I don't. But the other one, yeah, I think there was documents he didn't want to give up. Probably hiding Epstein's black book. That's funny. Oh, good Lord.
Yeah, but it was this discovery is kind of the end of some stuff because it's got I've got when you get tens in a reading, it means something's ending. And I got the Wheel of Fortune, which is 10.
Oh, nice.
And these are people not cooperating and not getting along. Then I got the 10 of Wands. I was asking if there was troublesome documents in there and things you don't want spread around and talked about much. But what it's leading to is the Tower. It was a huge mistake because the fact it's out there is even more suspicious.
Yeah. So I got more documents. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
my 6 8 of coins has all more documents. 7 of coins, more documents that he wanted to keep. And something incriminating.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely needed because there's all kinds of loss here and sadness and it could be something to do with overseas or something that caused,
I think
definite
it's where they,
loss.
my instinct says it's where they stuffed all the things that they sold to ID agents overseas.
Ew, very well could be. Um, hidden room.
Mm-hmm.
Documents. Then I have my Chariot, Knight of Wands, and the Karma. So that suggests they may have lost what they could have gained. It feels like even if they went back, they wouldn't be able to find him.
No, they're moved now.
Yeah, they're moved. So yeah, that was a failure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it definitely feels like whatever documents were in there contributed to some kind of loss. So the loss of life, hurt our government, whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
Knight of Coins can be military type. Someone with honor.
Mm-hmm.
In the past, I have good things. So unfortunate. So much life had to be lost because of that man.
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't they searching all the properties? You need proof.
Yeah, you have to have probable cause to go in and look.
You need a spy in the camp to know that there's something in there. How foolish it would look to. Oh wait, plus a judge has got to approve a search warrant, right?
Right.
Hey Barb, long time. You just can't walk into someone's house and find nothing. You need corroboration. A spy, someone give testimony. I moved this, I moved that, I put these
Mm-hmm.
documents there. Yeah.
And the people moving the boxes around didn't know what was in the boxes. I mean, except it was supposed to be top secret, but
Hey, could have been his golf shirts, right? Okay. Does Trump have a valid passport?
probably several.
He can have his passport, but it's flagged.
Mm-hmm.
He's watched. You got to file travel with a private plane. You got to file travel documents and whatnot. I always got that same feeling after we found out Manafort couldn't leave the country.
Right.
He got flagged. Tried to get him, but no, you're not going anywhere.
Mm-mm.
You can have his passport, but it's like they're flagged.
Mm-hmm.
Get on a boat to Cuba. Yeah, I'm sure 45 is going to want to go to Cuba. Maybe charged for the White House pill mill. Oh, yeah. Ronnie Jackson and others dishing out drugs like chiclets.
Yeah, apparently there's as much fentanyl going out of the White House as coming across the border.
Yeah. And the same stuff that I can't remember the name of it. That the Friends, the actor of Friends that passed away.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
The same product that he passed away from was passed around too. I can't remember the name right now. Right. All kinds of drugs.
Mm-hmm.
One of the hot drugs was drugs for dementia. And Ambien and all kinds of stuff.
Wow. I got a 5-card yes.
Ketamine, yeah, thank you.
Yeah. They thought they were protected, but they weren't. And they did do all this stuff and they did try to keep it hidden. But it's all blowing up in their face because they got the Wheel of Fortune in the middle. And what I asked is if someone was going to go down for this. So far, that's 4 yeses. This is the 5th yes, and this is the 6th yes. Yeah, somebody's going to go down for it.
Like any investigation, it's going to take a while.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the truth will come out. So they're building. So yeah, they would have to build the investigation. The 7 of Coins,
Mm-hmm.
Ace of Swords, the Empress Star.
Mm-hmm.
Building the case.
Yep.
Yeah, someone. Knight of Cups, my strength card,
Mm-hmm.
and the bad karma loss card, destruction. So yes. Yeah, with the strength, the Knight of Cups, and the complete loss, someone will pay the piper for this one. Someone sure looks like Ronnie Jackson.
Yeah.
He was a military guy, so I got the Knight of Swords representing someone.
Mm.
Things he did in the past from some kind of Knight of Swords, and then he was a fool. My hermit fool. Made mistakes, just dumb. Look at yourself in the mirror. Yeah, I got that little symbol there doing the face palm. But yeah, I got Knight of Swords, so that's like it's either the cops coming in arresting or Ronnie Jackson was a military guy. Yeah, they will put the paper, but they got to collect the evidence and go through everything, and it's amazing reporters get it.
That just means that the people who should be looking for it aren't.
Right. So much criminality in that White House. It's like, where do you start? And then you have everyone focused on J6 people. And death threats to every congressman and judge. And such a good country we've turned into. Thanks to that man. Brought out a lot of hatred.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
That's true.
He's crazy. We looked at that. Looked at that. And let's see. How is this going to play out for Fannie Willis?
I'm just going to pull one oracle card on that.
J6 trial, yeah, Barb. Fanny, well, or not Fanny. Tiny Tuckin pulled it off. Got another trial scheduled. See, I mean, she could always move it, but
She's moving it to June tentatively.
well, there's no date.
No,
I haven't seen that she's.
No, they said it would be June though.
Okay, that's
We lay out the timing of the different trials. It works out. Isn't it odd that we have to lay out the timing of the different trials on the president?
Oh yeah, it all depends too if Cannon goes on time.
Right.
It feels more like Chuck and J6 can take Cannon's spot because there's no way that one's going in May.
I just pulled a oracle card from the Sword of Light deck because I always think about legal things. Go with that sword. And it's your vibration is rising. This is a time of great spiritual growth for you. You're evolving to operate in a higher energy frequency. So that's where Fanny is right now. They're just making her pissed.
It's an unfortunate mistake.
It's a human mistake.
You see, I got the Hangman, 3 of Swords, 5 of Cups in the current position. It was a huge mistake as far as this case. You know, love is love, good for her, good for him. But as far as the case goes, it was a mistake. Yeah, just showing you. Hangman and the 5 of Cups. So just to go through all this nonsense is frustrating.
That's why you shouldn't ever fish off the company dock.
That's a good saying. But I have Strength, the Sun, and Knight of Swords. So it sure feels like she's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Strength card. Sun? Yeah, the Sun and charging forward with the Knight of Swords. It's just, I mean, the whole mess has been a heartbreak. Death threats, security.
Body doubles now. She has a body double that I want to know who got that job and how much they get paid.
Really? You read that?
Yes.
You heard that?
Did.
Really?
After one of the hearings, when they had really clear threats out of one group, they had someone change into her suit that was her body double.
Did you imagine taking that job?
No, because I'm a chicken.
Go out.
I don't know what I know about guns is that they put holes in people, and I've never even shot one. Don't want to be near one. Dated a guy one time who had guns, and I made him put all of them way, way high up in the shelves when I was in his house.
Oh, bless you, lady life.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I missed that a bit ago, but bless you. Thank you for your donation. Do all 45's cases get dropped if he's pass away?
Except the ones that can get monetary damages from his estate, yes.
Right.
Because you can't take a pound of flesh, even though there's a lot of pounds there to get, if the pounds of flesh are dead. So
yeah, the judgment for E. Jean Carroll or anyone else that has a judgment.
That's all there.
Civil cases can still go to the estate.
Right.
It's already been filed. Well, criminals dropped. You can't prosecute a.
I don't know. Didn't they dig up Mussolini and hang him again?
They should have, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't he burnt, or was he hung?
He was hung by razor wire from a bridge and then burnt.
I thought I read something about burnt. But yeah, the estate, Trump org, will have to pay up the money if he passes away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Your favorite governor?
Okay, no, because everything he's doing is in his. I don't have to lay a card on this. Everything he's doing supposedly in his legal capacity as being an officer of the state. And the way the rules read here, they can't get him for it. Now, if he goes out and stomps on some poor immigrant's head or rolls over them with his wheelchair, as a separate act from being governor, yeah, he could get it for that, but he can't for the. That's what's so bad about the cruelty these guys can put on people. Because if we could do that, we could sue him. See, Texas does. Some of you have much more liberal laws. We can't get an issue put on the ballot. It has to go through the legislature to get people to vote on things. We can't do like what they're doing in Ohio and other states where they make it an issue in an election. We don't have referendums. They're not allowed in our state. But once they're in office, it's very difficult to deal with them.
I know. It's so frustrating when they break federal laws.
Well, that's the federal government, and that's not him personally. I don't know if the feds can do something to him. I would hope they can, but
the whole thing's frustrating that you can be a governor or an AG and just put so much hatred and
what's
bad
really
laws to hurt
frustrating
people.
is he's in office. They have term limits here, and because he assumed his term from Rick Perry after Rick Perry took it over from Bush, it reset the whole clock. So he's gotten extra years to be mean and nasty and horrible. So yeah.
Unreal. You get a presidential funeral.
You can have a presidential funeral. Doesn't mean anybody's going to come.
It depends. Currently, I would say yes, because I kind of get the feeling. But if he's convicted of a federal crime, no.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I'm kind of sensing it. Lord knows he doesn't deserve it. What are our senses on the border bill?
No.
Hard to stand getting freedom.
Will the border bill become federal law? Because right now the Senate is passing a border bill, but it's not going nowhere in the House. So you mean a completed, totally done border bill?
Anything, right?
Well, then anything is what the Senate's doing.
Will the House pass a current border bill?
You know, a really tough law that keeps those Canadians on their side of the border.
Right, Lois? Biden turned the border issue into a Republican problem.
Well, you know, something may happen because I see something with the potential of happening in October.
October.
When normally things don't pass at all, but something may have happened. And it's done because of something that happened in Conflict Gardens, which is the Five of Wands. And some kind of grief and sorrow is going to come from it. But it's going to be they're going to be dragged into it kicking and screaming because we have the reverse of the Ten of Cups, the happily in place. And yeah, the normal order is going to be turned on its head. The Hierophant's going to be turned on its head. But my cards say yes, but it's not. Something's going to happen in October.
Huh.
What'd you get?
My first card. My first card.
Mm-hmm.
October. I think. Well, I looked at it. What's currently going on now
Mm-hmm.
doesn't feel like Johnson will bring the bill or get it to pass as is right now.
No.
So it feels like more conflict going on, but it's going to be more stressful ongoing.
Mm-hmm.
The energy is going to be more stressful and then comes up with in October. There's going to be more pressure on the Republicans here. I have things coming up from the past,
Mm-hmm.
cups, more clarity, more things coming out. Karma's going to be hitting them hard. It feels like a lot of them have to give in.
Mm-hmm.
I think at some point. In the end, I have the Hierophant coming in. King of Coins, Page of Coins, and the Hierophant. The government taking a new path. Something might be happening. It feels like 45's out of the picture
Mm-hmm.
to me. These are 9 issues. Maybe they passed something because 45 is finally out of the picture.
It's something because it's like the whole order's been turned upside down. The Hierophant was reversed.
Yeah. I kind of get like something happens in government structure or something. So it's either October or 10 weeks or something like that, or yeah. First card I came out was October, but it doesn't feel like right now a border bill will pass. He's supposedly bringing up a Israel loan bill right now,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone else wants to tie everything together. Border, Ukraine, and Israel. And Johnson's like, no. He's too busy talking about putting Moses on his chamber door than actually doing work.
Too busy following what porn his son is watching.
Good Lord.
I can't. That's not a deal I would ever want to make with anybody, especially my kids. Not that I think they're into it, but I just don't even want to think about why would you want to go there.
I have no clue.
This is beyond me.
Balochistan.
That's probably some state in Pakistan. You know, when they put Pakistan together and split it apart from India, it was one of those incredibly bad British jobs where they got out their magic markers and just drew lines. So it's probably some area like that. Kevin, I'm sorry. You have hit a place in the world that I truly have no idea about. I can guess from the question what it might be. I guess we can just do it blind.
Balochistan. It's a region, is administratively divided into 3 countries: Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Iran.
Oh, Jesus. What am Oh, whoa. So they want to, where do they want to go with Afghanistan or Iran?
12 million people.
Well,
Is a province in Pakistan.
I told you that the Brits just got out a big magic marker and marked things off on the map. That's how we got Iraq and Iran. And that's how come the Kurds don't have a country.
So I guess
really afraid.
We're wondering if they will become their own country.
Okay. Let's see if, well, let's just do it with the freedom from Pakistan because, okay. There's a place I know I probably could mentally picture where it is on the map, but not really.
Yeah, I never heard of it.
Guess what? It may happen. Kevin, here's my thing. People are moving that direction. And they're being enticed by the country that they're going to join or become more a part of because they feel emotionally and maybe because of faith and family ties, they feel closer to it. But there's monetary issues, Knight of Pentacles, why it won't happen. And right now it's in a damn this place sucks. So they're getting the raw end of the deal. But it probably will happen if the people who are working on it right now keep pushing.
Good Lord. Kevin's saying that fighting their freedom since the 50s. Wow.
So is Puerto Rico, and we still have them.
So yeah, the timing, I have no clue. Because I'm just kind of like, the guides are like flatlined on this, but I have great cards, kind of like you do. I got the Wheel of Fortune, King of Swords, and Six of Swords. It's like continual work for freedom, and eventually it says yes, it'll be its own state at some point. I got my Patience card. Love of country, love of who they are. I got the Patience. Queen of Cups, lots of patience. It'll happen at some point. So there is a desire and need, like you said with Puerto Rico or whoever. Success will happen, Chariot, and with the right leadership and cooperation. So they're very good cards. Is it when? Who knows? Everything is so strange in this world with that area with fighting and wars and nobody can get along. Too many dictators in this world.
Even though we've all just created a God carved out of whatever spiritual space we live in, we always think ours is better, even though it's all carved out of the same thing. So,
Balojistan want to be with Afghanistan.
Oh, okay. I bet you it's on that. It's in the mountainous region between Pakistan and Afghanistan.
Even though Afghanistan is run by terrorists now.
But see, their people may be from those tribes.
Okay. Good call, Christine. Don't think the body doubles making Kim's decisions.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be the body double. It's like being Putin's food taster.
Many blessings, Yogi. Okay. Why isn't Melania intimidated by 45? Secrets. She's got them by the cojones.
Yeah, she's got a drawer full of little pictures that none of us want to see.
Okay. Yeah. Kevin's saying it is on the border, but Afghanistan and Iraq currently is the province of Pakistan.
Okay.
Oh, Iran. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, it feels like there will be some agreements at some point. Okay.
I saw a note in the chat. It's a friend of mine who's been in the law for 40 years. She's written pieces that have gone to the Supreme Court. She said, she told me this the other day. Hava's the worst attorney she's ever seen. And she actually saw an attorney taken out of a courtroom in handcuffs because of some of the stuff Hava's pulled. She's kind of outraged.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, we all can look at it. We don't do it all the time. We go, that doesn't look right. She knows that ain't right.
Yeah, Judge Kaplan was pretty restrained.
Mm-hmm.
Any other judge would have had them all thrown out. I guess he had to be, otherwise they could throw out some BS about a mistrial or something. And
Yeah.
it was probably their whole tactic the whole time because they knew they were going to lose. Okay. Let's call her a day. Bring out some inspiration.
Okay.
Enjoy your Sunday, but thanks everyone for showing up
Yes.
with our 2 weeks off of illness and internet issues.
Yeah. Honest to God, guys, we were not home lounge lizarding. We were sick or screaming at our internet. We had two options.
2 weeks ago sick, but yesterday I'm like, are you kidding me? Why is the internet going out? It makes no sense.
Well, I was about to call Scott and tell him I'm way too sick to do this.
Yeah, come to find out you were
He'd already wiped himself out with his internet. So we took it as a sign from God. We didn't even have to put a card on it.
The plans are working well. Okay. So I'm just getting here with these three oracle types.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, just talking about all following your passions. Be who you want to be. Your dreams are fulfilled by just following who you are and being passionate and looking for those opportunities. Page of Gabriel.
Cool.
9 of Ariel and King of Ariel. So we got the cups and wands here. The King of Ariel is all about success and accomplished and powerful.
Isn't he a coin?
Yeah, Ariels are coins.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 9 of coins is having all kinds of balance and structure and being fulfilled and having success. You know, having a love of all the beauty in the world. So you can't go wrong if you just follow your passions, you know, what you're good at. You know, denying yourself anything is denying your soul enlightenment. If you love reading cards on YouTube, be your passion. If it's your family, be your passion. Be there. Whatever it is. You can't go wrong by following your passion. What do you got?
I got career transition. It said, new opportunities are about to present themselves. It's a great time for you to consider what will be your next career. Do you want to move up? Do you want to move over to a different job entirely? Are you considering retirement? All of these topics are represented in this card. Where is your heart leading you? And what makes you excited? Line up your options and let your heart leap with joy and go there. So you're walking away from the everyday into wings. So, and it is, from what I hear from listening to everybody talk about the planets and where things are moving, it's a great big time of change. And
Marby,
we might get a real change in career. We might not have to talk about Orange Menace for a while.
Wouldn't it be nice? Remember to talk about and read about good stuff, like by how much are we going to pass the codify Roe v. Wade instead of if?
No, not how do we run from the authorities, but how do we put them on the side they should be on and protect ourselves? Right now, if you don't subscribe to or ever look at Ballotpedia, they are doing all of the primaries. We've got Super Tuesday coming up. You can read about all the people running in your state, in your area. You can see if they filled out the questionnaires. Those questionnaires can actually be very useful. My personal feeling is if they're given if you're given an option as a candidate to explain what your issues are and how you want them to be seen. This is without the filter of big media. They just get the questionnaires in and publish them. And now's the time to do your homework, and don't be coming to me in June and say, how come we have the same idiots running for office? You have to find new idiots to run for office. So I'll be on Tuesday. I'm going to have Dorothy Morgan on, and we're going to be talking about mundane astrology, which is kind of how you use it for yourself. And I'm slowly dipping my toes back into being out in the world. So
Thanks, chromosome ladies.
yes, it's good to be back.
There you go, Tess.
And
Nikki is hurting and showing Trump will lose in 24. Yeah.
Yep.
45 is done. I'd be more afraid if Nikki actually got the nomination.
Yeah, so would I. Because she's a little slicker than he is.
But she's still not, doesn't have good, Roe's still going to keep the Democrats good. And all the horrors that women are going through.
So, and I just know who you're voting for. I mean, I really just pisses me off. The people I was most angry at in 2016 was the 52% of Americans who were registered to vote and didn't.
Yeah, you're right, Lois. I believe it, but with that darn electoral college, in all the grand scheme of things, it'd be nice if 45 was still on the ballot, in prison or not, because it would be an easy victory. Okay, everyone have a beautiful day.
Yes, have a good day. Hope your weather isn't too hideous.
Nope, it's pretty nice. At least here. Blessings, everyone. Thanks.
Okay, bye.